What if losing everything wasn't the end, but the beginning? Most people crumble under defeat, but Donald Trump, he weaponized it.
Years ago, he is now the second president.
They called him a joke, a failure, a man finished, but in 2024, he did the impossible. Again. This isn't politics, this is a masterclass in resilience, and here's what you can learn from it. Imagine reaching the pinnacle of power, only to be thrown off the throne and told you'll never rise again. Most people would collapse under the weight of defeat, but Donald Trump, he turned humiliation into fuel. After losing the presidency in 2020, he didn't just make a comeback, he rewrote the rulebook, claiming the White House in 2024. This wasn't luck. This is Trump's life story on repeat. They say history doesn't repeat itself, but Trump has been proving critics wrong for decades. He went from real estate genius to bankruptcy punchline, from laughingstock meme overlord to president of the United States, from evicted from the White House to commander-in-chief. Here's the truth. Rise above your critics. Trump's life isn't just a political saga. It's a masterclass in resilience. This is the ultimate story of turning setbacks into comebacks, and we're about to break it all down. Setbacks break most people. Criticism doesn't just sting, it eats away at our confidence. It leaves us unmotivated, hollow, and questioning the very depths of hell. But for Donald Trump, every failure is a lesson in paving the way forward. In 2020, he faced the ultimate defeat, losing the presidency. The media celebrated, opponents gloated, and even his allies questioned if his time was over. For most, that loss would have been the end of the road. But Trump, he saw it as the start of a new path. He optimized his strategies, doubled down on his mission, and planned the downfall of his haters, using their criticism as jet fuel. They say insanity is doing the same thing over and over, expecting different outcomes. Is Donald Trump insane? He has failed and come back again and again, over and over since the early 90s. For 30 years, he has fallen and returned stronger every time. Are we the insane ones, letting our failures define us instead of weaponizing them for a comeback of nuclear proportions? But how does he do it? It starts with one powerful principle: detachment. And here's the twist, it's something you can master too. Imagine building an empire only to see it collapse before your eyes. For most people, that's where the story ends. But for Donald Trump, the collapse of his real estate empire in the early 90s was just the beginning of his journey. At the height of his career, Trump's name was everywhere: lavish properties, magazine covers, and a lifestyle envied by millions. But when the economy shifted, his empire crumbled under the weight of $3 billion in debt. Overnight, he became a global punchline, labeled a fraud and dismissed as a failed mogul. For most, this kind of public humiliation would be the final chapter. But Trump didn't let the noise define him. He refused to cling to the labels, genius, failure, or anything in between. Instead, he focused on one simple question: what's my next move? O son of Kunti, the non-permanent appearance of happiness and distress, and their disappearance in due course, are like the appearance and disappearance of winter and summer seasons. They arise from sense perception, O scion of Bharata, and one must learn to tolerate them without being disturbed. By detaching from the opinions swirling around him, he turned his attention to rebuilding. A decade later, The Apprentice didn't just revive his image, it redefined it. Detachment isn't about ignoring reality, it's about refusing to let it control you. Trump didn't waste energy defending his past. Instead, he used that energy to plan his future. Krishna said to Arjuna, "Perform your duty without attachment to success or failure. That is the path to peace." Detachment gives you clarity. It allows you to focus on what truly matters, your next move. 1. Identify the noise. Write down 3 labels, positive or negative, that you've let define you. 2. Let go of the past. Commit to focusing only on actions that move you forward. Ask yourself, what's my next move? 3. Redirect your energy. For 1 week, reduce time spent defending or explaining yourself to others. Use that time to focus on your goals. Detachment clears your mind, but resilience gives you the strength to keep moving. So what's the secret to building unshakable resilience? Let's dive into the next lesson. In 2020, Trump faced the ultimate rejection, being voted out of the presidency. The loss wasn't just personal, it was public, loud, and celebrated by his critics. While the media declared his political career over, Trump saw something else, an opportunity to plant seeds for the future. The Bhagavad Gita teaches us, rise above the waves of pleasure and pain, steady your mind, and you will find strength. Resilience isn't built in moments of success, it's forged in the fires of defeat. Trump didn't wallow in self-pity or disappear from the public eye. Instead, he doubled down on his base, refined his message, and began laying the groundwork for his return. Every insult, every setback, every criticism became fuel for his next move. Resilience isn't about pretending the pain doesn't exist, it's about using it to push forward. Trump didn't win because the path was easy. He won because he refused to stop working it. Resilience is like rebuilding a house after a storm. You can stare at the damage, or you can pick up a hammer and start rebuilding, brick by brick. Resilience isn't a trait, it's a choice. Every day you decide whether to let failure define you or fuel you. 1. Reframe failure. Identify one recent setback and write 3 lessons it taught you. 2. Set a comeback goal. Choose one area of your life where you feel defeated and outline one bold step to take this week. 3. Commit to action. Decide on a non-negotiable daily habit that strengthens your resilience. Journaling, meditation, or confronting a small fear. Resilience keeps you standing, but purpose gives you direction. So, how do you find your purpose and use it to fuel your comeback? Let's uncover the final lesson. In 2024, Trump returned to the White House, a feat many said was impossible. What made it possible? Purpose. From the moment he launched his campaign, Trump was clear about one thing: he wasn't running for approval. Critics mocked him, allies doubted him, and opponents dismissed him as desperate. But Trump didn't care. Why? Because his purpose wasn't to please, it was to achieve. Krishna's wisdom. When you act with purpose, you transcend fear and doubt. Your duty is your anchor. Purpose is what kept him moving forward when the odds were stacked against him. It gave him clarity when the noise was deafening and focus when the world wanted him to quit. When you live for validation, your life becomes a reaction to others. But when you live for purpose, you chart your own path. Purpose is like a compass in the wilderness. The terrain may be rough and the weather unpredictable, but as long as you follow your compass, you'll never be lost. Purpose is your anchor. It keeps you steady, focused, and moving forward, no matter the obstacles. 1. Define your mission. Write down your purpose in one clear sentence. For example, my mission is to help others develop self-awareness and resilience. 2. Align your actions. Identify one daily habit that reflects your purpose and commit to it for the next 7 days. 3. Eliminate distractions. Write down one thing you're doing purely for validation and decide to let it go this week. Donald Trump. Controversial, polarizing, and relentless. Love him or hate him, he's proven one thing. Setbacks don't define you, your choices do. Your failures don't have to break you, they can build you. Your critics don't control you, your purpose does. And the only limits you have are the ones you choose to accept. Now it's your turn. Write down one small step you'll take this week to build resilience or focus on your purpose. Drop it in the comments to hold yourself accountable, and let's cheer each other on. If you found this video helpful, share it with someone who needs a reminder that setbacks don't define us. And don't forget to subscribe for more tools to transform your life. Let's build a community of unstoppable achievers. Thank you for sharing this time with me. Let's keep learning, growing, and stepping into the person you were always meant to be. Stay curious, stay intentional, and always remember, the power to transform your life begins with you.